Hello, and welcome to episode 41 of JDUB and Friends with the one, the only Cowscrazy. How you doing tonight, Cows?
Moo! Hello, everybody. I'm doing great.
It's good to hear. Been watching Cowscrazy for a little bit. He's been on. Well, you had a YouTube account, but as
I
we
did
talked,
have a YouTube.
as we talked about before, it hasn't been used in a little bit. And now you're mostly on Twitch. But yeah, I watched Cowscrazy when it was on YouTube back about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
uh,
I started over there in 2010, I think it was. Yeah, and yeah, eventually I got over to Twitch during the pandemic, and then it's just been no looking back since then.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, YouTube had that. Yeah, remember my mouse. YouTube had the issue that like everybody was getting monetized for a while, and then people weren't getting views as much, and that just all went downhill from there.
It wasn't even the money for me, like over on YouTube. Like I wasn't making anything over there, and
Hmm.
hell, I'm not really making anything over on Twitch. Like I'm making more than I was on YouTube, but like it's not really about the money to me. Just like I hated editing my videos and stuff like that, and I don't know, it was just a pain. When it's live, you don't have to edit it. It's just live. You just go, and then just whatever happens, right? So
I understand that.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's an easier setup for me.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of How's Crazy, here is his Twitch page. He's been doing a lot of Pokemon. Um, I think the other day you just did a yeah, shiny hunt. Been doing some
Yeah,
shiny
I
hunts.
usually do some shiny hunting on the weekends, and then during the week I'll do some kind of adventure RPG or something. Currently I'm doing Partners in Time, Mario and Luigi, but I've done some Zelda, I've done some Dark Souls, so I mix it up.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Now I did find some news. Excuse me. The news this week is did you ever watch the Mad Max movies?
No, I actually have bigger memories of the Mad Max toys when I,
Oh,
when I was a kid. Like, I don't know if you remember Polly Pocket.
yep.
Okay, but there was a Mad Max version for kids, for boys. Polly Pocket was for the girls, and then there was like a Mad Max version for the boys. And I remember those things. I don't think I actually owned any, but I know lots of kids on my street had some. I remember those more than anything else.
Well, actually, this week until the 22nd, we're shooting this on May 19th. The Mad Max video game that launched back in 2015 is only $5 until Thursday.
Five
Um,
bucks.
yeah.
Can't go wrong for $5.
No, it's also playable on PS5 if anybody wants on PS5. And also there's some free add-ons that go along with it too.
Well,
Um,
free.
yeah. Pinnacle Gold Cup hood ornament, another hood ornament, and a vehicle. There's Cutter vehicle. Um, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's $5 and you get 3 DLCs with it. So I'm just saying, guess we'll see.
Looking for something new to play? There you go, 4.99.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I was telling him before we started that I had a tier list for him. So I'm gonna show you my screen.
See what we got here.
Should be able to see it now, hopefully.
I think I gotta push a button first. I see.
Should
I don't know
be
if I'm seeing a tier list. I see MSN.
okay. Cool. I want to make sure you can
Oh,
see it.
oh, okay.
All right. So here's the tier list. Since you are doing shiny
Oh
Pokemon,
boy, Shiny Hunt, Generation One Shiny Hunt Pokemon tier list. All right.
yep. So I thought, you know what? Screw it. There's 151 Pokemon in Generation One. A lot of them are kind of eh. So we have S, A, B, C, and D rank. No F because I figured D is close enough to F that, whatever. But yeah, we have all 151 Pokemon. Some are, rough looking, some are better than others, some
There's not a lot of great ones in Gen One. Like just scrolling through, you can notice that a lot of them are very green.
yeah. Yeah, very green or almost look identical like Squirtle.
Yeah. Like I think that's why Charizard is so popular because it
Hmm.
clearly stands out.
Yep. Yeah. The only difference with Squirtle is I think the shell's green, which is fine.
Yeah, it's back. Yeah.
So yeah, we got 151 to go with. You want to start at the top? You want to start with certain Pokemon? It's up to you.
Um, doesn't really matter to me. You
All
can
right.
start anywhere you want.
Fine. We'll start at the beginning and make our way down.
Beginning's usually a good place to start.
Sometimes.
I'd throw all three of those in well, maybe Bulbasaur at C, and then the other two at B,
Okay.
because at
Yeah.
least they have a flower.
Yeah, and the flower kind of looks different, and they're not just completely green. Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard.
First two in B, and then I'll regrettably give Charizard an A.
Regrettably.
I don't want to overhype Charizard, even though I know but I can't deny that it looks great.
Mhm.
It
I
looks
agree.
great in the black,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
also I don't want to overhype him either. He totally overused.
yeah, yeah. He's one of the few that pops up. Even though this, I think the first real shiny was Gen 2, which was at that point anyway, which was Gyarados. So, which is kind of cool that he was at
Yeah,
least one.
Gyarados was the first shiny. Yeah.
Uh,
At least they made that one stand out. Yeah.
right. You got the three um Squirtle, Wartortle,
Uh,
and Blastoise.
we'll go C for the first one, and again B for the next two.
Okay.
Those are all right. Purple in there.
Yeah, at least you know, um, Blastoise looks at least decent. Uh,
Uh,
okay.
well, if we're it depends on how I'm ranking these two. Like if we're just I'm trying to rank these based off of just the
Yeah.
shiny itself. So not the Pokemon. Like the Pokemon might be worthless,
Hmm.
but so I'm gonna go B for the Caterpie,
Okay.
A for the Metapod because the Metapod looks great,
Hmm.
and then C for the Butterfly.
Not Butterfree,
But
Butterfree.
Butterfree's a C. Yeah. We'll go B for the other one. Yeah, and
Okay.
then
It's a Butterfree C.
yeah, Butterfree's a C.
Okay.
That one's not that great. And then and then I
Scorpion.
guess we'll go C for Weedle,
All right.
and then probably B's on the next two. I don't want to
B.
over. We probably gonna get a lot of B's here. Pidgeline isn't that great. I think they all go in C.
Yeah, Pidgey kind of looks almost identical. Pidgeot
I'm
kind of
trying to.
looks better.
I'm already trying to think ahead. Like, how bad does a Pokemon have to be to get a D from me?
Yeah.
uh, we'll
Rattata.
we'll 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 go C on the Rattata, and then B on the Raticate,
All right.
and I think we'll go all C's on the
Spearoline.
Spearows, and it's probably well,
Ooh.
Arbok's a little better. Probably we'll go A on the Arbok. I like the Arbok.
Okay.
We'll go A on the Arbok and B, I guess.
Okay. B on Ekans. Ooh,
Okay.
Pikachu.
We'll
Pikachu.
we'll go B on the Raichu,
Oh, okay.
and I'm trying to decide. Oh,
Yeah, I
am
like
I gonna piss
Raichu's
people off
shiny a
here?
little bit.
I'm gonna go D. Let's give it a D on the
Ooh.
on the Pikachu.
All right.
It's just they could have done so much more there, especially for their signature Pokemon. I think I'm more disappointed in that one than anything else. Like that's their lead Pokemon, and they gave it like I think they did it on purpose. They wanted to give it a shiny that wasn't that much different, so it still looked like their brand, you
Yeah.
know. But that makes it only more disappointing. They could have gave it a cool color,
Yeah,
and
they
they
did.
failed.
Yeah.
Um, we're gonna go C on the Sandshrew, but we're gonna go A on
On
Sand
Sand
Slash. Yeah,
All right.
Sand Slash is awesome. That's a like that red back. That's pretty good.
Right.
And then we'll go C on the next two for
Okay.
then, and then B for the Nido Queen. Queen stands out.
Yeah.
And we'll do the same for these. Yeah, C, C, and then B for the King. King's pretty good. I almost want to. Well, nah. I almost want to put the King at A, but no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. We'll keep the King and Queen together.
All right.
Uh
Lazy.
yeah, these
This
ones
one's lazy.
these are real garbage. I guess I gotta throw them in D. I gotta throw them in D.
So what you
Yeah,
do?
those are really.
What you do to make them shiny? Oh, just color the ears.
Yeah, well, did more than some, I guess, but yeah, not that great. Um, yeah, we'll go C on the Vulpix.
That was not Vulpix. That's Vulpix.
But
All right.
the Ninetales is definitely better.
Oh yeah.
But we'll go B. We'll go B.
Okay.
And
Ooh,
then
that.
again, pretty bad. We'll go
Yeah.
D. We'll go D.
D for both.
Yeah, D for both. They
All right.
didn't do nothing there.
Not really.
Uh, can't give that more than a C. Either one of them.
Yeah, it's like we'll just change them to green.
Yeah. Same here. All three. Yeah, all three in C. They were just they're fine, but
Yeah. Paris. I think the only thing with different with Paris is I think the mushroom
yeah,
dots.
I think it's a little deeper
Yeah.
color too. It's a deeper, but again, we'll go double C's here.
All right. Ooh, Venonat.
Um, then that's a little better. It's not great, but it's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, C then B. We'll go B on the second one.
C then B. All right.
Yeah, C then B.
Venomoth. B. All right.
Um, wow, Diglett.
Yeah, let's just change the nose.
Yeah, let's just change the nose again. Double C's. And the shiny from Meowth has changed over the years, right? That's not the. I don't think that's the current shiny.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
think that's the.
I think it's
Because
changed
that
a few
looks.
times.
Yeah, that looks a lot better than I think its current shiny. Its current shiny is like. I think it's pretty bad.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Shiny Meowth. Ooh, that's ugly looking. Let's see. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. It's
Blue.
basically just the feet that stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever noticed the tail before, which really stands out in this picture.
Yeah, I think it's the lowland one's a little different now. Say the lowland Meowth, which is
Yeah, the alone one. Yeah.
it's weird, but yeah, that's not really changed too much. Yeah, it's mostly
I don't
just
know.
the feet.
It definitely looks different in the Gen 1 though. Like
Yeah.
his actual fur looks more goldenish, I guess. It's not as white.
Yeah.
But, the original Gen 1 we'll give that one a B. That one's a little better. But the Persian is not that great. We'll go C there.
All right. Yeah, version you can't really tell too much.
Now,
Cyan.
Psyduck we'll go A. A for Psyduck.
All right.
But Golduck is a huge disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go D.
Okay.
D for Duck. That's
Yeah.
a huge disappointment.
Mankey.
Monkey time. Double C.
All
Both
right.
C's.
Couple C's. Oh, we got the
Ooh.
Growlithe and Arcanine.
Hmm.
Arcanine. I get to get it out.
B for both.
Okay.
B for both.
B. B. You got the
Yeah,
Poliwag family.
think these are all the first two in C, and we'll give the green one for trying. We'll give it a B.
All right.
And then
Next.
Abra's gotta go D.
Yeah.
The next two at least are trying a bit. We'll go C, and then the last one B.
Okay. Alakazam
They,
B.
they look like they get a little better as they go along.
Yeah. Machop. Machoke and Machamp.
C B B. A champ.
B. There you go.
Got that championship belt. Wonder how
Yeah.
each of them get a championship belt.
I don't know. Maybe my shop doesn't start with one. Yeah. Now we got the White
Uh,
Shrouds.
we'll go CB, CBA.
Okay.
Yeah,
Victory Bell.
yeah, the victory.
Uh, now we got
That one's pretty
Tentacruel
good.
and Tentacruel.
We'll go double B on these ones.
Okay. Yeah, I seen one already on my Google. Whenever he's gonna put that one.
Oh no,
Geodude.
B, B, not
B.
D.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry
double
for
B.
both.
Yeah, those ones are all right.
Okay.
They're not
Double
total
B.
trash.
Geodude.
Geodude. Wow. Okay, this is tough. Hmm. Again, I feel like these ones have changed a bit. Like that's still gold, but I
Yeah.
don't. Like I feel like the middle evolution is more in line now with it as gold. Like that doesn't look as gold in the original picture now. Yeah, see, it's more gold now than it was back then, right?
Yeah, it's kind of more. Yeah, it was more brown.
Yeah, it's more brown in
Yep.
the early days.
Yeah.
It's weird how they've changed the shinies over time.
Yeah, it's probably to make it seem more.
I think Staryu is another one that's changed.
Yeah.
Um, we'll go B for the first one, and then CC.
Okay. C. C. Now this is the ones I was curious about.
Oh well, uh, we gotta go. We're I think we found our first S tier. So ponies is going S.
Oh,
That's just
Ponytasses.
yeah. That's beautiful. Now I
Mm,
would give the other one an S too, but the original one isn't as blue. That one looks almost smoky. Looks
yeah.
like we'll
It's
drop it
just
to an
purple.
A.
All right.
Still pretty good though.
Yeah.
But
That's fine.
I just think that one's S because not only is it blue, which is my favorite color by the way, but it
Hmm.
makes there's some kind of real world logic in it. Like
Hmm.
it fire going from red to blue being extra hot and all that, you know.
Yep.
So I like it. I like it. I like, I feel like there's been a lot of Pokemon that miss out on good shinies that they just
Hmm.
don't think through logically. Like Stantler. Like why didn't they just give it a red nose? You
Yeah.
know, could have had
It
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
would have
Come
made
on now.
sense.
It would have made sense. Exactly.
Ooh, Slowpoke.
Uh, Slowpoke, the first one, yeah, D.
Okay.
Garbage. Slowbro is pretty good. We'll go A on that one.
All right. All right. Let's see. Magnemite and Magneton.
Hmm. Um, give them both a B.
Okay. B and B. There we go. Farfetch'd.
Wow. Farfetch always that color?
I
Is it
think
still that
so.
color now? I
Let's find out.
don't think I've ever.
That's not far-fetched at all.
No, that's definitely not Farfetched.
Yeah, I guess it's more like
Yes,
pink.
I guess so. Yeah. Okay, maybe it's the newer one that's a little more subtle.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah, I
it's the
guess it is.
shiny.
Yeah, I guess the older one is that. See, there's another one down there that's green, but I don't remember that one.
Me
I don't
either.
think that one's real. Yeah.
You know. That one's yellow, which is weird too.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Yeah, it must be the new one I was thinking of. I thought it was a more subtle color change, but no.
Yeah, the
Okay.
a Lori or yeah, with a Lorian one. I mean, there's Farfetch'd on the left, regular, and then there's him on the right,
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
little bit
it's very
darker.
very subtle.
Yeah.
Um, we'll give it a B.
Oh, okay. All right. Now we got Doduo and Dodrio.
Um, we'll give them both C's.
All right. C. C. Seal and Dugong.
Are they even shiny? Put those a D. Come
Yeah,
on.
I'm about to say I don't even think those are shiny at this point.
Like, are we sure those are even shiny? Those are horrible.
Yeah. It doesn't even look like there's that much. Yeah, like there's not really much of a difference.
Yeah,
like little
like you got
color
to put them
blocks.
side by side, maybe to notice, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's horrible.
D and D. All right. We got Grimer and Muck.
Yeah, we'll throw them at C.
All right. Muck too.
Yeah, both
All
at
right.
C, and then we'll go B.
Shelter.
B for Shelter, but A
Yeah, Cloister
Cloister.
looks cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they like changed completely. Ghastly.
Ghastly will go A,
All right.
and then we'll go. I think this one gets worse as it goes along. Then
Yeah,
we'll
it does.
go. I think we'll go B, and then unfortunately we're gonna have to give. Not Hunter.
Gengar.
Gengar. Well, Gengar D.
Mm. Yeah. Onyx.
C.
Yeah. Drowsy.
We'll give both of those an A. That's a pretty good one.
All right.
Creepy Pokemon too.
Yeah, definitely. Hypno. Hypno.
Like the
Krabby and Kingler, which was two of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon.
yeah, not too bad. I think the Krabby's a little better. Let's go B then C.
All right. B. C.
All right.
Fator.
Again S tier. S tier.
Yeah, I like what they did
Beautiful.
with these. They just flip
Yeah,
flop them.
beautiful. And we'll go A for that one.
A for this one?
Yeah, A for that one.
All right. Execute.
Eggs, golden eggs.
Yeah.
Um, Guess they're not really eggs. Guess they're supposed to be coconuts, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They look like eggs.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Let's go B for both of them.
B. All right.
B. We'll go B.
B is in boy. Got it. All right.
Not too bad.
Cubone and Marowak.
Um,
I feel like they could have done something with the shell or the skull.
yeah, the skull. Yeah, I wish they would have done something there too. Uh, See, it's at this point. It's like, why are there so many green ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. C.
All right.
Like, I get there was like color limitations
Yeah.
in the first gen, but like first gen technically didn't have shinies. I guess it wasn't until Gen 2.
Yeah.
But like when Gen 3 came along and they got all these ones somewhat
Retro.
modernized, yeah, they could have fixed a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Hitmonlee.
C for Hitmonlee, B, yeah,
B for both.
yeah. No, C for
Link.
Lee, yeah, and then Chan, yeah, Chan can be B.
All right.
At least they gave him blue boxing gloves. Imagine they gave him green ones too.
Lickitung.
Lick, what that tongue do? We'll go B. We'll go B on the tongue.
All right. Now we got coughing.
Yeah, we'll go B for both.
Okay. B. 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 All right. And Rhyhorn.
Both of them C.
Okay.
Both of them C. They're all right.
Yeah. That's Chansey. Chansey.
Same C. That's a C. Yeah.
Tangela. Which is kind of cool that it's supposed to be a grass root, whatever.
Yeah. This one, I feel like the green does apply, and at least it's a really deep green too. Let's go B on it.
Okay. There we go. All right. Kangaskhan.
I'll go C. I don't really like this one too much, but I don't think it's worthy of a D. We'll go B for Horsey.
All right.
And this one's
Seadra.
I'm gonna go A. Yeah, I'm gonna go A on Seadra. Seadra's pretty good.
All right. There we go. Goldeen. Goldeen? Can't really choke too
Yeah,
much.
I might have to go both D's for these.
If anyone wants to know, there's not really much of a difference.
Yeah,
But
I
kind of
feel
like,
like I don't feel like it's changed much over the years. I feel like it's the same as it is
yeah,
now.
yeah. I think the only difference, I mean, you see it a little bit. It's supposed to be
I guess
orangey.
they make it a bit more goldfishy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not much different. So which one where you going with both?
we'll go both D.
D.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Star
See,
you.
now you look green here, but now I think the modern Star U is more white.
Yeah, they're kind of like that.
Yeah, it's not as green. It's still green, but it's not as green as it used to be.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's not bad. Yeah,
It's all
more
right.
white.
Yeah, it's getting a little more white. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
which is what it should start out with.
Star U will go C. Star Me will go B.
Oh, okay. B for Star Me. All right. Mr. Mime. Mime.
Mr. Lime. We have to go A tier for Mr. Lime.
All right.
Only because he has a name that can rhyme to something fun.
Scyther.
Scyther, no, D.
I think the only
D
difference with
tier.
him is he's darker and he has
Yeah,
the
I think
orange
it's just a
legs.
little pink on the slide, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Jinx isn't that great. Um, yeah, I gotta go D again.
All right. Electabuzz.
C.
All right. Magmar.
Uh, Magmar can go a little higher. Magmar can go B.
All right. Let's see. Pinsir.
We'll give him a C. I was debating if I wanted to give him D, but
All
we'll give him a C.
right.
I
Gross.
hate to do this, man. The original cow,
Yeah.
but I wish it was better. We'll go B on the cow.
Hmm.
Now, if that was Miltank, that would be going to the S tier.
Right. I do kind of like the Magikarp being gold.
Yeah, Magikarp being gold is great. We'll go A tier for both of them.
Ooh, both.
Yeah, both will get A tier.
I mean, I think Gyarados is the best shiny of all time. That's just my opinion.
Wow,
Yeah. I just think I like that
Lapras.
red.
It does stand out. It does stand out really well.
Yep. Lapras, which is the purple.
Lapras will go A tier. Nice purple.
Yeah. Nice and purple. We got Ditto, which is blue.
The Ditto itself is an amazing shiny. The
Mhm.
only problem is I wish, like, when it transformed, it would transform into the shiny form of whatever it's transforming into.
That'd be cool.
That would have been cool. But for the shiny itself, S tier.
Oh,
It's
S
going
tier.
straight to
All
the
right.
top. S tier.
All right. Eevee.
Eevee's a little disappointing. Gotta go C.
Yeah.
Its evolutions are definitely better. Um,
Except for Flareon.
yeah, we'll go BBD on Flareon.
Flareon just looks like Eevee.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Just like, what were they thinking?
Yeah,
Porygon.
Porygon's alright. We'll go A tier on Porygon.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking at that point. I don't think they really knew what they wanted to do with shiny.
No. Some people say they just like randomly generated the colors, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Onomite and Onomastar.
we'll go C.
Both.
Yeah. They're fine. They're not great.
Kabuto.
Same with Kabuto and Kabuto. Yeah. Let's see.
And
Um,
Dactyl.
B. We'll go B tier here.
Alright.
Um, man, this one's really tough. This one's really tough. I feel like it's gotten better. Like it's still hard to tell, but I feel like it's gotten like a much more noticeable blue.
yeah. Like this
Yeah,
side by side.
Yeah, like this original one though isn't that great. It's
No,
like
it's
we'll
barely blue. All
we'll we'll give it B for its up for its potential.
right, going to B for the potential. All right.
Um,
Articuno.
I they see here they did it's still blue, but they made it more icy blue, so we'll go A tier.
All
A
right.
tier.
Let's see. Molt or
Horrible.
Zapdos.
Horrible shiny. I got a legendary into the D tier.
Yeah,
Horrible
it's
shiny.
basically just darkened.
Now, and some
Moltres.
people will say that it's lazy, but the Gen 8 Galarian forms, I loved what they did with the shinies. And I feel like that should be something they should do with any. If they give any more legendaries regional forms, they should
Mhm.
do the exact same thing with their shiny forms. Just make the shiny look like the original one. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Now, their typings, don't get me started on those. I like how is that still a flying? Oh my god, it just drives me nuts. A Roadrunner. How is it still a flying type? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, uh, man, bacon. Not bacon bird, but freaking, it's like a burnt turkey.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll go A. We'll go A. It's pretty good. I
Okay.
like it. I was trying to decide between A and B.
Dratini.
Um, B, B, and then Dragonite can be an A.
Okay.
I don't know if it was on purpose, but Dragonite has always reminded me of Disney made this movie back like in the 70s, and I think they tried to remake it once, but I don't think it was very popular. It was called Pete's Dragon. It
Yep.
was about a boy who had an imaginary dragon, and I swear it looks exactly like Dragonite in
Mm.
that the shiny one, like the green color. At least like yeah, see there was a live action one, but the original cartoon there.
Yeah.
See? Just has the purple hair added
Mm.
on, but the same kind of big, tubby, fat dragon.
Yeah. It was not bad.
Yeah,
Regardless.
it always made me think of that.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad movie. Let's see. Oop, where do we? Mewtwo.
A for Mewtwo
Uh-huh.
and S for Mew.
Oh, Mew S. Yeah, I kind of like what they did
S,
with Mew.
yeah, Mew's pretty good.
There we go. So we got the blue Skidoo or blue man group, whatever you want to call them up here.
Yes, the Blue Man Group.
You got your A tier, done like that. B tier, which there's a lot of different
Yeah,
options. C tier, which it's kind of more the green squad mixed in with
the
some
greens.
orange.
Yes, lots of greens.
And then D is basically where they didn't really do much.
Yeah, they didn't do a lot there at all.
Yeah. So, thank you for doing the tier list with me. Go
No
ahead
problem. That
and
was fun.
yeah, definitely going to. There we go. All right. So, Cows Crazy here has been doing a lot more streaming. When I know you said you started or you haven't done YouTube in a while, but like when you first started YouTube, were you just kind of starting it because everybody else was doing it, or was there people you were watching
Um,
there like I'm gonna check them out and try this
well,
myself?
I still have in a cupboard somewhere like old VHS tapes of me just recording NES games on VHS. There was no commentary or anything because I didn't have that ability, but like I just used to record me and my friends playing like hockey tournaments on SNES, or like I'd record other games like Mario Party or something, and me and my brother would watch them back later and stuff. And then like when I started finding LPers on YouTube,
Mhm.
I found somebody called Argon Matrix. I don't know
Oh,
if you've heard of them, but he was just a kid. He was playing like a lot younger than me, and I'm like, you know, if this guy can do it, why can't I? And I figured, why not? So I contacted him, and he's like, He's like, "Oh yeah, I just got this thing called a Dazzle DVC or whatever," and I'm like, "What the hell's a Dazzle?" So I looked it up and I went out to a store and I bought one like the next week and away I went.
Yeah. Now,
But like,
go ahead.
yeah, so like him and like I would say NCS probably got me started into it as well.
Mm. Yeah, Nintendo Capri Sun, great
Yeah,
Mario player. He's
great.
he was been doing this for so long. He was doing the camcorder recordings that on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, yeah. He was doing those way back in the day.
Yeah, brings back memories. Um, Now, when you first started, was your name always gonna be Cows Crazy, or did you have something before that? You're like, I'm gonna go with this name, and then Cows Crazy kind of caught on to you.
No, I was Cowscrazy before YouTube.
Okay.
I used to play card games online before
Hmm.
YouTube existed, and I was in this like cribbage league online, and
Okay.
um my name there was three donkeys and four cows or something stupid like that, right? And then the league got shut down on this one website, and we had to go to a new one. But the new one didn't allow such a long name, so I had to shorten it. So I shortened it to Crazy Cows.
Mm,
But then every time I would show up, people would
mm.
go, hey, crazy, blah, blah. And I didn't want to be called crazy. I wanted to be called cows. So I reversed it and I went cows crazy. And so every time I showed up, people would go, hey, cows now. So
It
instead of hey, crazy.
makes
So
sense.
and that's where the name came from, and it just kind of stuck.
Now, you I mean, you did a few LPs. But did you have a certain like favorite type of genre that you wanted to stick to, or you just kind of like, I'm gonna play whatever I want to play?
Pretty much whatever I wanted to play, but I would say, that Zelda kind of genre, the action adventure
Mm,
kind of role playing game. Um, I guess
mm.
like I was never really into like the turn based stuff or whatever. I guess that's what drawn me into like the Zelda sword swinging Dark Souls kind of game. Sword and shield kind of guy.
Yeah.
Those kinds of games. Yeah, those were definitely what I was drawn more into. When I did get into RPGs, it was more. I guess most modern RPGs are more like this now, where it's like, um, it's not really turn-based anymore. It's more like that live
Yeah.
action kind of thing. Like, and the first game I played that was like that was Star Ocean.
Mm,
It was like a real-time RPG, right? There was not you go and then I go and you go. I
yeah.
hated that stuff because it felt so unrealistic. It's like who would just stand there and let somebody hit them all and then be like, okay, now it's your turn.
Right.
I don't know. I just found that silly. But when I found like that kind of RPG, I got more into them. But
Mm,
I've definitely lightened up over the years to turn-based RPGs like Pokemon or lots of Mario RPG and stuff like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I grew up
Paper
on.
Mario.
Oh yeah, yeah. I grew up on Legend of Dragoon was my first, well, second LP or second LP, second RPG that I played. So behind Final Fantasy IV.
The only Final Fantasy I've played so far is number one,
Oh
but
really?
I've played the original on my YouTube channel
Hmm.
and just I wanted to see where it all started and why did this game become a hype. And I guess it was fine. It was
Hmm.
like I don't know, like it was a fine game, but I've been told not to play 2, not to play 3, and if I try another one, go straight to 4.
Yeah, four is great.
Yeah, I've been told 2 is like horrible and 3 isn't that great either. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
two was trying to change some things in one that they didn't think there was as good, and then three had a terrible job system that wasn't great. And then four, they figured out, they started figuring out the story, and six is great if you get a chance to play six. Ten's great. Seven, really any of the PlayStation 1 ones from like seven through nine are good. Ten's great, which people will disagree about 10 just because it's kind of more linear, but They also had one of the best mini games in the series called Blitzball, which is basically underwater soccer with math, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about Final Fantasy. I just know Chocobo,
Mm,
and that's about it. But like the one thing I do know is that none of the games have anything to do with each other, and
mm,
that's kind of I don't know, that kind of annoys me. Like
mhm.
I feel like there are times they just make an RPG game and then after they decide is this one good enough to be worthy of the Final Fantasy name, and then
Yeah.
they just slap it on there, you know?
Hmm.
So I don't know. Like again, that's why I was more drawn towards Star Ocean,
Hmm.
knowing that like each game is independent, but like there's a world that they're still building. You know,
Yeah.
like every game has at least not. It's not like sequels, but like they're in the
Hmm.
same universe, and you might get Easter eggs or little things that pop up in between them, and I found that interesting.
Unless you play till the end of time, then you're in a video game.
Oh well, let's just let's just try to pretend that the end of the third game doesn't happen.
Guess what? You're in a video game. Aw.
Oh man, how could they do that?
Yeah.
Like worst twist ever.
Yeah. Arc the Lads like that too, where they connect to each other, which is cool. Arc the Lad, Twilight of Spirits is probably the best one of those, but well, if you didn't play the original three, then that's the best one. But um, now, did you always have your logo, or did you somebody come up with it for you?
I've had a few logos. The
Mhm.
one that I'm using right now here on Discord, I don't even know where that came from, honestly. Um, I remember that somebody put together like early on in my YouTube career.
Mhm.
And if I ever lost that, I don't even know how to ever recreate it. I'm pretty sure the cow itself is ripped off.
Mhm.
I feel like I've seen that cow used by other people before. The one with the googly eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
The background, I don't know. I just know somebody put that together for me and I've just kept it. And I don't even know who. I can't even give them credit. I'm just
Right.
like, have no idea who made that, but it was early in my YouTube career, and I've kept that. But otherwise, more recently,
Mhm.
Zelos, my girlfriend, basically does all my artwork for me.
Oh,
If
nice.
I need a logo or some emotes or whatever, she'll get around to it eventually.
Now, you said did switch to YouTube after a while, or not YouTube. You switched from YouTube to Twitch after a while. Was just because it was easier not to have to edit and all that stuff and mess with the
Oh,
volume and
I
all that.
was I was big on YouTube and had no intention of stopping.
Hmm.
And then the pandemic hit, and I had a lot more time on my hands. And I used to stream sometimes before, but like realistically, it was like 3, 4 times a year. And now it's 3, 4 times a week. So, like, once the pandemic hit and I just had so much extra time, I'm like, well, I feel like out of my little friend group, I was like one of the first ones to jump on
Mm.
to streaming, and then like it really, I feel like a lot of people picked up as the pandemic went on. But I got into it really quickly, and the more I did it, the less I felt like doing YouTube. It took like about I don't know, probably about a year or so before I decided like, you know what? I just can't do both anymore. It's too much.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I've just stuck with the Twitch now.
That makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people have just started using Twitch and then just sending the VODs to YouTube and not editing them and anything like that. If they want to watch the full thing, they can watch the full thing.
Yeah, I tried that for a bit. Like I tried editing my VODs, and
Hmm.
even that, I was just like, oh my god, no, this is torturous. No, I can't do this anymore. Like, so yeah, I've considered just sending the full VOD thing, but I don't know. I might pick out selected uh games or something and do it, but I probably won't send everything over there in the future. Either that or just make another channel and have like a Cowscrazy VOD channel or something, but I don't know.
I was trying to think of something clever with Cowscrazy and VOD, and I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. I was trying so hard. I was like, nope, it doesn't work. But yeah. Now, how long have you been on Twitch now? 2020?
So 2020 for sure, and before that, wow, I had a Twitch channel from when it was Justin TV.
Oh
So
wow.
I had it from I had it way back then, and before then I had a UStream. If anybody remembers the UStream out there,
Yep.
I was on there for a while too. But yeah,
Yep.
I had a Twitch channel before they were Twitch, so
Mm.
I just didn't use it much.
Yep. There used to be what it was GameAnyone.com was one, and then yep, Ustream and Justin
Yeah, yeah.
TV and
I think I even had there was another what was oh maybe it's still going. What's the other streaming service that was sort of big during the pandemic? Was it
they had um
Crunch or Click or
Kick Kick became
Kick?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was something that came along for a little bit. I don't hear much about it now.
Mm-mm.
But I think I went and made one of those too, just in case. I usually do that for a lot of places.
Yeah.
Like, even if I don't use it, I'll just go and make sure I reserve my name, just in case for any particular reason I want to use it.
Right.
you know?
Definitely.
Then I already have an account there.
Now, besides streaming, what else do you do on the side, like for hobbies?
Um, Bike, I guess. Like, I was
Mm.
out bike riding for like hours today. I just I like to just get out on my bike and just ride for like miles,
Oh wow.
kilometers out there. Yeah, so I, I do a lot of biking. But other than that, I'm just pretty much a pretty big gamer or watching sports, I guess.
Okay.
Hockey mostly, but yeah, but summertime's coming, so maybe a little baseball, but not too much.
Who you got in the Stanley Cup?
Oh, I don't even want to think about it anymore. You're as of the day of this recording, the Leafs just lost in embarrassing fashion yesterday. So I'm now not only out of a job because I work for the Leafs,
Oh,
but yeah, I work for the Leafs and the Raptors over at the arena. So
small
now that
world.
both their seasons are done, I'm kind of out of a job for the summer.
Oh no.
So that kind of sucks. But just they lost in such embarrassing fashion. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
But I guess out of the remaining teams, I wouldn't mind. I have nothing against Edmonton. I guess if they win,
Mhm.
or even if Dallas comes out, whoever comes out of the West, I'd rather see win.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want to see Florida or Carolina win. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I remember 'cause I'm a Red Wings fan, so it's been a rough, few years for us. I mean, we were good for a while, and then all of a sudden we just kind of choked. And then I remember watching back in the '90s when Patrick Waugh was still playing for the Avalanche, and we scored 7 goals to go on the Stanley Cup Finals because Waugh decided to do the Statue of Liberty where he thought he had the puck
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
hands and he
I
scored.
remember that one. Yeah, he's like trying to hot dog it, and he's like, yeah, look, glove save, and then he drops it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my favorite player of all time, Brendan Shanahan, scored that goal. I remember that
Oh,
too.
yeah, I'm waiting to wake up and hear that Brennan Shanahan's been fired. So,
Yeah, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we got Eiserman
well,
in Detroit, so good old
yeah,
Brendan
yeah, he's
Shanahan.
still the GM over there, right? Or is he the president as well?
He's GM right now, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, had a few good years, and then he's had some bad years, and then we just can't figure out coach. So I don't know. Coach and goalies like our big trouble. Like for the longest time, we had great goalies and then great coaches, and then all of a sudden, after Babcock left, it kind of went downhill.
Yeah, you guys have been surpassed too. Like you guys
Hmm.
should have been making the playoffs, and now all of a sudden Montreal and Ottawa have like passed by you,
Yeah.
and they were well behind you guys.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. Yeah. I remember back in the day when Ottawa had like Ray Bonk and Daniel Alfredson and a few of those guys, but just not great now.
Well, we'll see how the off season goes. Because
Mm,
if Boston retools, you guys are in really big trouble.
yeah.
And God forbid if Buffalo ever gets good.
Yeah, and Buffalo hasn't been good in years.
Well, the thing they're kind of like Detroit, where they should have been good for
Mm,
I don't know a number of years now. They keep adding decent young players, and they never get good, or they get good for a little bit. Like I
yeah.
remember when Buffalo went on like 12, 13 game winning streak, and it's like, oh, this is the year, and then all of a sudden they lose like 20 of 25 or something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, that's coming. Let's see what we get. Dallas just won, so they're in the West, and Edmonton,
Yep, and
and
then
then
Carolina and
Carolina.
Florida on the other side.
Yep. So, well, at least I mean one team still has a chance of being a Canadian champion this year, but don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, you never know. They probably
Yeah.
have the best. Whoever wins the West probably has the best chance. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
yeah, Florida's the defending champs, but I don't know. Just the way they played against the Leafs, I feel like we should have beat them. Like
Yeah.
I don't think Florida was playing that great. So
Uh, what do you think about Utah's new name?
I don't mind it. Like I think it's just disappointing because everybody wanted Yeti so bad. Like like even if you weren't fans of the team, like you just Yeti just felt right. And then it got vetoed, so I don't know. Like I guess it's fine. It's fine. Like it's better than I don't know. I heard people wanted to just keep it Utah Hockey Club,
Yeah.
and I don't know. That just feels too soccer slash football. You know, like
Right.
I don't know. Doesn't feel like it belongs in hockey. So I'm glad they picked a name.
Yeah, I think the Utah Blizzard would have been cool too, but kind of
Yeah,
keep
it'd
it
be
double
okay.
Z.
I feel like that should be more reserved if Alaska ever gets a team.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like it would go right along because they got the Jazz already with the double Z in it, and then you have the Blizzard with the double Z, which have been kind of cool,
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, you're right.
but they don't want to touch that, I guess. I mean, it can't be. It's
Well,
not, a bit worse than when Washington was a football team, but
well, that was at least we knew that was temporary. But
yeah. But now, you you said you watch baseball. What's your baseball team?
Mets fan, Mets, go Mets.
Oh, okay. The real House Max, who I had on my podcast, is a big Mets fan, so he'd be happy to hear that.
Yeah, the other New York team. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that. If you forced me to pick a basketball team, I'd probably pick the Clippers,
Hmm. That's a
just
random
because.
choice.
Yeah, just it's the other LA team.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
I like the weird outliers.
Right.
You know,
Hmm.
I, and plus they sucked for so long too, and I guess they kind of still do, but they're not the worst team ever anymore.
No, not anymore. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah, Mets are looking all right this year. I'm a Cubs fan, so we're playing all right so far. I'm hoping that we get our closers under wraps and figure out what we're doing there because I mean that's been our Achilles heel the last few years. But
yeah,
can't complain.
same with like NFL. Like I don't really have a team
Hmm.
in the NFL. I don't, but like I'll pay attention to know who's like winning and losing. But like if you force me to pick, I'd probably like pick the Jaguars.
You're all over the
A
place.
because yeah, I know I'm all over the place. Just because again, they feel like a really weird team that
Mhm.
like not only are they horrible, but and they've never won anything like ever.
Yeah.
So I find that interesting to cheer for.
Hmm.
But like they don't feel like an NFL city.
Right.
Like they don't feel like they should have an NFL team. Like even
Hmm.
if like Miami's got one and Tampa's got one, sure. But like Jacksonville? Like I've been to
Right.
Jacksonville. It doesn't even like it's so weird. It doesn't feel like a big city
Yeah.
that should support one. Like yeah, you got Green Bay, but there's historical
Yeah.
reasons for that, right?
Yeah.
The fact
It
that they
feels.
expanded there and picked it on purpose, that's just so
Mhm.
bizarre.
Yeah, it feels like Orlando was more of a football, that Disney or somebody would have had a football team there. I mean, they had the hockey team with the Mighty Ducks, but feels like, Orlando would have been a perfect football team town for, these
Orlando.
guys.
That was Anaheim with the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean, Disney owned them at that point, but I mean, just saying
yeah, they did.
Orlando has a Disney
Well,
World, so
there are rumors Orlando's getting the Tampa baseball team though.
yeah, yep, for now until they get done with renovations that they're trying to do. They haven't decided if they're doing Tampa,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
there are people pushing just to move the team to Orlando
yeah.
completely. So just don't even bother fixing the place. So we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens there.
that'd be craziness. Orlando
Yeah,
Rays. But
they'd
I don't know.
probably change the name of the team, but who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe. Well, it could still be the Rays. Like I don't know. It's still sunny there. I don't know. Maybe.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean at that point you have it as a Rays, like Sun Rays instead of like the Devil Rays, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think. I don't think they even now Tampa has much to do with them. I don't think they use like the manta ray
Not as much.
logo as much anymore. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens this baseball season, but I think it's gonna be a good long season still. I mean, there's still a lot of games left. I mean, I think the Cubs are
Yeah, I
like
don't deeply pay
27.
attention to like August.
Yeah, yeah, I think the Cubs are like 27-19 right now, so we're pretty early in the season, 162 season. So guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
But what's like the future hold for Cows Crazy?
Wow. Probably just same old. I don't really have any major future plans. Just keep on trucking along, keep on streaming, and I don't know. I'm down in. I'll be down in Florida this summer
Mm,
visiting my girlfriend. So I'll be there streaming from there. So just keep on plugging away.
that'll be nice. Yeah, that's it's been hot. Say that much.
Yeah, yeah. It gets hot down there. It gets
Yeah.
really hot.
Now,
Thank God for air conditioning.
right, you ain't kidding. Uh, would you ever end up moving to Florida?
um, it's not out of the question, but it's not the preferred route.
Hmm.
Like I think we'd both prefer her to come up here.
Yeah.
Uh, she doesn't mind the cold, so
Hmm.
she's been up here in the winter one time. So and she loved it when we got caught in that snowstorm. So
Oh yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, that might have been fun once. Just wait till you're like out in the snow every day for in like
Mm.
February. It gets a little less fun. The 20th time you in it.
Yeah. The like 18th time you have to go out and shovel that day, just that day.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
it's a
what?
little less fun.
Yep. Yeah, I grew up in Michigan, so Diet Canada, as I call it, because it was always snow and like effect and miserable and uncomfortable. But we'll see. But is there anybody that you would like to do a collab with in the future that you haven't?
Wow. Wow, I don't collab too often. I have in the past. Um, wow. Probably NCS for sure.
Okay.
Like I've had him as a guest on my YouTube like way back in the day. But like actually playing something together, never done that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I've collabed with uh, if you know Zero In on Alex.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something with him again. That would be great. Uh, big Pokemon guy, but he's mostly Pokemon Unite these days.
Hmm.
Um, other than that, I
Yeah.
don't know. Not too sure. Probably somebody Pokemon related would probably be the easiest to collab with.
Now, how was it collabing with NCS when he was on your YouTube channel?
Oh, great. He's very down to earth, just a regular common guy. He's not full of himself or anything like that. He's really easy to talk to, and
Definitely.
you know, same person in real life too. I've met him a few times at different cons and stuff, and you know, in front of or away from the camera. He's the same person, so
Yeah,
he's really good to get along with.
yeah. I had him on the channel actually once, and had some technical difficulties, so it sounded like he was whispering the whole podcast episode. So I didn't feel like it was good enough quality, so I didn't release it. But eventually gonna have him back on, so see what happens with that. But yeah, it's definitely one of the collabs that I want to do that kind of got away.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I do want to thank you for being on this episode. I
No problem.
know it was kind of short um time to get you on here, but now if they want to find you, where can they find you at?
Uh, Twitch.tv/Cowscrazy. Come on over. I'm usually there 3 to 4 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sundays normally, but that's that's normally when I'm there. 7 o'clock Eastern time.
That'd be good. Yeah, definitely check out Cowscrazy. Great Twitch streamer. If he actually talks to his chat, unlike some people who don't think. So
I
you know,
try to keep up with the chat. It's not
yeah,
always easy,
no,
but I do my best.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, thank you again for coming on here, and I hope your team in Toronto decides to make a run next year instead of
Well,
just
we'll see what kind of changes they make because they definitely need to make change. It's been the
yeah,
same thing for like 9 years, and the old saying of the definition of insanity, right? So,
yep, yep, yeah. They had Matt Sundin way back in the day, who was really good, and then they really never built anybody around him.
no, now they have lots of people. They
Hmm.
just don't mesh well
Nope,
together. Just something about them. Just I don't know. When the big game happens, they just nobody shows up.
yep, exactly. Well, thank you all for watching this episode, and as Cows Crazy would say, moo.
Moo!